Imagine the grand halls of Frosthaven's castle, adorned with banners of crimson and gold, filled with the joyous sounds of celebration. Picture Prince Elian, a young prince with a heart full of curiosity, as he receives a mysterious gift on his 18th birthday. A gift that holds the power to awaken ancient magic. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel your body relax and your mind drift into a state of tranquility. Allow the soothing cadence of my voice to guide you through the magical journey that awaits. Feel the peace and comfort of your surroundings, knowing that you are safe and at ease. Now, let us begin our tale, and may it bring you a night of restful sleep and dreams filled with enchantment and adventure. Chapter 1: The Discovery. In the heart of the lush kingdom of Frosthaven, the grand halls of the castle buzzed with the vibrant energy of celebration. Banners of crimson and gold adorned the walls, and the scent of fresh blooms mingled with the rich aromas of a feast fit for royalty. It was Prince Elian's 18th birthday, a milestone that filled the kingdom with joy and anticipation. Elian, a young prince with eyes the colour of the summer sky and hair like spun gold, moved gracefully through the throngs of well-wishers. His smile was kind, yet his mind wandered, wondering what the future held for him. As the night wore on, a mysterious figure caught his eye. An old woman cloaked in a deep green mantle that seemed to shimmer with a life of its own approached him. Her eyes sparkled with a knowing light, and her presence, though humble, commanded attention. She extended a gnarled hand, presenting a small, ornately carved wooden box. "For you, Prince Elian," she said, her voice a melodious whisper. "A gift chosen by fate." Curiosity piqued. Elian accepted the box and opened it to reveal a bracelet. It was delicate, yet its craftsmanship was undeniably exquisite. Tiny, intricate symbols were etched into the metal, and an ethereal light seemed to pulse from within the gems embedded in the band. "Thank you," Elian murmured. But when he looked up, the old woman had vanished, as if she had never been there at all. He held the bracelet up, examining it in the flickering candlelight, feeling an inexplicable connection to it. As the festivities continued, Elian slipped away to his chamber, eager to examine his mysterious gift in solitude. He sat by the window, the moonlight casting a silver sheen over his room, and carefully placed the bracelet on his wrist. Instantly, it tightened to fit perfectly, and a warm, tingling sensation spread through his arm. The bracelet began to shimmer more brightly, casting intricate patterns of light across the room. Elian felt a surge of energy and a sense of awakening, as if a dormant part of him had come to life. His heart raced with excitement and a hint of trepidation. What powers did this bracelet hold, and why had it been given to him? He recalled the old woman's words, "chosen by fate." He pondered their meaning, feeling the weight of destiny settle upon his shoulders. The night deepened, and Elian's thoughts grew more tangled with the mysteries that surrounded his gift. Unable to contain his curiosity, Elian decided to seek answers. He dressed quickly and made his way to the Royal Library, a vast repository of knowledge where countless tomes held the secrets of the ages. The library was quiet, the only sound being the soft crackle of the hearth and the rustle of parchment as he searched through ancient texts. After hours of searching, he found a dusty leather-bound book that seemed to call out to him. The title, Legends of Frosthaven, was embossed in faded gold. Elian opened it carefully, the pages yellowed with age. As he read, his eyes widened with revelation. The book spoke of a bracelet crafted by the sorcerers of old, imbued with magic so potent it could alter the very fabric of reality. This enchanted bracelet was said to grant its wearer extraordinary abilities and open portals to hidden realms. It had chosen its bearers through the ages, leading them on great adventures and endowing them with powers beyond imagination. Elian's heart pounded with excitement and anticipation. He knew that his life was about to change in ways he could scarcely comprehend. With the bracelet securely on his wrist and the ancient legend fresh in his mind, he returned to his chamber. As he drifted into a restless sleep, visions of magical realms and heroic deeds danced in his dreams, heralding the beginning of an extraordinary journey. The following morning, Prince Elian awoke with the first light of dawn. His dreams filled with images of enchanted forests and shimmering realms. The bracelet on his wrist felt warm, almost as if it were alive. Determined to uncover more about its origins, Elian dressed quickly and made his way to the Royal Library. The library, with its towering shelves and vast collection of ancient texts, had always been a place of solace for Elian. He had spent countless hours here as a child, lost in tales of heroism and magic. Today, however, he sought answers rather than escape. Elian returned to the ancient tome he had discovered the night before. Legends of Frosthaven held the key to understanding the mysterious bracelet. As he turned the fragile pages, he found the chapter that described the bracelet in greater detail. The bracelet, known as the Bracelet of Ilarion, was crafted by the ancient sorcerers of Frosthaven, who imbued it with powerful magic. The text recounted how the bracelet had been passed down through generations, choosing its bearers based on their courage and potential. Each chosen bearer was granted extraordinary powers and embarked on quests that tested their strength and wisdom. Elian read on, learning about the abilities the bracelet bestowed. It could manipulate the elements, communicate with animals, and even open portals to hidden realms. The text also mentioned that the bracelet's true power would awaken only when the bearer proved themselves worthy through a series of trials. The prince's heart raced with excitement. The bracelet had chosen him, and the possibilities seemed limitless. Yet, There was a hint of caution in the text. The ancient sorcerers warned that with great power came great responsibility. The bearer had to be wise and just, using the bracelet's magic for the greater good. As Alien absorbed the ancient knowledge, a soft knock at the door interrupted his thoughts. It was Seraphina, his childhood friend and confidant. Her auburn hair framed her face, and her green eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Alien, I've been looking for you everywhere," she said with a smile. "What are you doing up here so early?" Alien beckoned her closer, his excitement barely contained. "Seraphina, you won't believe what I found." He showed her the bracelet and recounted the legend he had just read. Seraphina's eyes widened with amazement. "That's incredible, Alien. But what will you do now?" "I need to test the bracelet's powers," Alien replied, determination in his voice. "If the legends are true, then this is just the beginning of a great adventure." Seraphina nodded, her expression turning serious. "Be careful, Alien. Magic is unpredictable, and the bracelet's powers might be more than you can handle." Alien placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "I'll be careful, Seraphina. But I have to know what this bracelet is capable of. I feel like it's my destiny." With Seraphina by his side, Alien decided to start by exploring the castle grounds. They walked through the lush gardens, the morning sun casting a golden glow over the flowers. Alien focused on the bracelet, feeling a surge of energy course through him. He raised his hand, and to his amazement, a gentle breeze swirled around them, lifting petals into the air. Seraphina gasped in delight. Encouraged, Alien extended his other hand towards a nearby fountain. The water responded to his will, rising in graceful arcs before cascading back down. Alien's heart swelled with a sense of wonder and empowerment. The bracelet's magic was real, and it felt like an extension of himself. He knew there was much more to discover, but for now, he reveled in the joy of his newfound abilities. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Alien and Seraphina returned to the castle. Alien couldn't shake the feeling that his journey was just beginning. The bracelet had awakened something within him, a destiny he was eager to embrace. With the legend of the bracelet of Alarion as his guide, Alien felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Alien's excitement lingered as the days passed, each moment filled with the anticipation of discovering more about the bracelet's powers. He spent hours in the library, poring over ancient texts and consulting with scholars, each piece of information further kindling his curiosity. Yet the true test of the bracelet's abilities lay beyond the safety of the castle walls. One crisp morning, Alien decided it was time for his first real adventure. He stood in his chamber, fastening the bracelet onto his wrist. Its gentle warmth reassured him, as if it were a loyal companion ready for the journey ahead. Seraphina, ever his trusted confidant, insisted on accompanying him. Together they planned to explore the mysterious forest that bordered Frosthaven. The forest, known to the villagers as the Whispering Woods, was said to be enchanted, filled with creatures and secrets long forgotten. Elian and Seraphina set out at dawn, the soft light of the morning sun casting long shadows on the path ahead. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the trees seemed to close in around them, their ancient branches whispering secrets to one another. "Do you hear that?" Seraphina asked, her voice barely a whisper. Elian nodded, straining to catch the faint melodic murmurs carried by the breeze. The forest was alive with magic, and he felt the bracelet's power responding to it. He raised his hand, concentrating on the energy within him. The bracelet glowed softly, and the whispers grew louder, as if guiding them forward. After hours of walking, they stumbled upon a hidden grove. It was a serene, almost otherworldly place, untouched by time. A crystal-clear stream ran through the center, its waters sparkling in the dappled sunlight. Flowers of every color bloomed in abundance, their fragrance intoxicating. "This must be the hidden grove," Seraphina said, awe in her voice. Elian nodded, feeling a sense of wonder and reverence. He approached the stream, kneeling to touch the water. As his fingers made contact, the bracelet pulsed with energy, and a vision filled his mind. He saw an image of a great tree, its roots deep in the earth, and its branches reaching towards the sky. At the base of the tree, a figure stood, watching him with kind, knowing eyes. "Elian," the figure's voice echoed in his mind. "You have been chosen by the bracelet of Ilarion. Your journey is only beginning." Elian opened his eyes, the vision fading but the words lingering. He turned to Seraphina, his heart racing. "We need to find that tree," he said, determination in his voice. Guided by the vision, they followed the stream until it led them to a majestic oak, its trunk wide and ancient. The figure from Elian's vision stood beneath it, waiting. It was Lysara, the guardian of the bracelet, her presence both powerful and serene. Her silver hair flowed like a river, and her eyes sparkled with wisdom. "Welcome, Prince Elian," Lysara said, her voice a melody. "I have been expecting you." Elian bowed respectfully. "Lysara, I seek to understand the powers of this bracelet. Can you help me?" Lysara smiled, a warm, gentle expression. "The bracelet has chosen you for a reason, Elian. Its magic is ancient and powerful, but to wield it fully, you must prove your worth. I will guide you and teach you, but the true test lies ahead." With that, Lysara began to instruct Elian, teaching him to channel the bracelet's magic with precision and control. She showed him how to draw energy from the elements, how to communicate with the creatures of the forest, and how to harness the power within himself. Under her guidance, Elian's abilities grew stronger, and his confidence blossomed. Days turned into weeks, and Elian felt a deep connection with the bracelet and the magic it bestowed. The hidden grove became a sanctuary of learning and growth. Seraphina watched with pride as her friend transformed, his powers becoming an extension of his very being. As Elian prepared to leave the hidden grove, Lysara gave him one final piece of advice. Remember, Elian, the true power of the bracelet lies not in the magic it grants, but in the heart and wisdom of its bearer. Use it wisely, and it will guide you to greatness. With these words etched in his heart, Elian set out from the hidden grove, ready to face the challenges that awaited him. The first adventure had only just begun, and the promise of hidden realms and greater destinies beckoned. The hidden grove had become a sanctuary for Elian and Seraphina, a place where the ordinary world felt distant and time seemed to stand still. Under Lysara's guidance, Elian's abilities had grown, yet he knew there was still much to learn. The magic of the bracelet was vast and its depths unfathomable. One misty morning, Elian and Seraphina set out to explore deeper into the grove, where Lysara had hinted lay even greater secrets. The air was cool and crisp, and the sound of birdsong filled the woods. Elian felt a strange sense of anticipation, as if the grove itself was aware of their quest. As they ventured further, the landscape began to change. The trees grew taller and denser, their branches intertwining to form a natural canopy that filtered the sunlight into delicate golden beams. The ground was carpeted with soft moss, and the air was thick with the scent of pine and earth. Seraphina, ever curious, knelt by a cluster of flowers that glowed with a soft inner light. "Elian, look at these!" she called, her voice filled with wonder. Elian joined her, marveling at the ethereal beauty of the blooms. "Everything here feels enchanted," he said, his voice hushed. "It's as if the grove is alive with magic." They continued their journey until they reached a clearing unlike any they had seen before. In the center stood a magnificent oak, its trunk wide and ancient, its roots spreading out like the fingers of a giant hand. This was the heart of the hidden grove, a place of profound power and serenity. Lysara was waiting for them beneath the great oak. Her presence was both comforting and awe-inspiring, her eyes reflecting the wisdom of ages. "Welcome, Elian Seraphina," she said, her voice a soft melody. "You have found the heart of the grove." Elian felt a surge of reverence and bowed his head. "Lysara, this place is incredible. What secrets does it hold?" Lysara smiled, her gaze tender and knowing. "This grove is a nexus of ancient magic, a place where the boundaries between realms are thin. Here, the bracelet's true potential can be awakened. But first, you must understand the essence of its power." With a graceful gesture, Lysara invited them to sit beneath the oak. She began to weave a tale, her words painting vivid images in the air. She spoke of the creation of the bracelet by the ancient sorcerers, how it was infused with the essence of the natural world and the energies of the cosmos. She explained that the bracelet's magic was not merely a tool, but a living force, responding to the heart and soul of its bearer. Magic is a reflection of who you are, Elion, Lysara said, her voice gentle yet firm. To master it, you must know yourself, your strengths, your fears, your desires. Only then can you wield the bracelet with true wisdom. Elion listened intently, absorbing her words. He understood that the journey ahead was not just about external adventures, but also an inner quest of self-discovery. The bracelet had chosen him, and he needed to prove himself worthy of its power. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the grove in a twilight glow, Lysara rose and placed a hand on Elion's shoulder. The time has come for you to face the first of your trials, she said. Tonight, you will enter the dreaming pool. She led them to a hidden spring at the edge of the grove. The water was clear and still, reflecting the stars that had begun to twinkle in the sky above. The dreaming pool will reveal your innermost self, Lysara explained. It is a journey within, where you must confront your deepest fears and desires. Elion nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. He removed his boots and stepped into the cool water. The moment he submerged himself, the world around him dissolved into darkness, and he felt himself falling into a vast, ethereal void. Visions began to swirl before his eyes, images of his past, his hopes, his fears. He saw his parents, his kingdom, and the many paths his future could take. He confronted shadows of doubt and uncertainty, facing the vulnerabilities he had hidden even from himself. Through it all, the bracelet glowed, its light guiding him through the labyrinth of his mind. Elion realized that his true strength lay not in his powers, but in his compassion, courage, and integrity. These qualities were the key to unlocking the bracelet's full potential. When Elion finally emerged from the dreaming pool, he felt a profound sense of clarity and purpose. Lysara and Seraphina were waiting for him, their expressions filled with pride and relief. "You have done well, Elion," Lysara said, her eyes shining with approval. "You are ready for the next step in your journey." With renewed determination and a deeper understanding of himself, Elion left the hidden grove, ready to face whatever challenges awaited him. The bond between him and the bracelet had strengthened, and he felt more confident than ever in the path that lay ahead. The morning sun bathed the hidden grove in a golden light as Elion prepared for his final lesson with Lysara. His time in the grove had transformed him, honing his skills and deepening his understanding of the bracelet's magic. Yet, he knew that today's lesson would be the most crucial of all. Lysara awaited him beneath the ancient oak, her serene presence radiating wisdom and strength. "Elion," she began, her voice like a gentle breeze, "today you will learn about the true nature of the bracelet's magic and your role as its bearer." Elion listened intently, eager to absorb every word. Lysara gestured for him to sit beside her, and as he did, she placed a hand on his shoulder, her touch both comforting and empowering. The bracelet, she explained, is a conduit for the energies of the natural world and the cosmos. It responds to the purity of your intentions and the strength of your heart. Its power is not just in what it can do, but in how it connects you to the world around you. She paused, her gaze piercing yet kind. To wield the bracelet's full power, you must understand the balance between strength and compassion, wisdom and action. It is a guardian's duty to protect and nurture, to lead with courage and humility. Elion nodded, the weight of her words sinking in. He realized that his journey was not just about mastering magic, but about becoming a leader worthy of the bracelet's trust. He had to embody the values of honor, justice, and empathy. Lysara rose and beckoned Elion to follow her deeper into the grove. They walked in silence until they reached a secluded clearing, where a circle of stones surrounded a pool of crystal-clear water. The air was thick with ancient magic, and Elion could feel the bracelet pulsing with energy. "This is the pool of reflection," Lysara said, her voice reverent. "It is a sacred place where the spirits of the forest gather. Here, you will meet the guardian of the bracelet, the spirit who has watched over its bearers through the ages." Elion approached the pool, his heart pounding with anticipation. As he knelt beside the water, the surface began to shimmer and a figure emerged from the depths. It was a being of pure light, its form shifting and flowing like a river of stars. "Elion," the guardian's voice resonated within him, a harmonious blend of countless voices. "You have been chosen to bear the bracelet of Elarion. Your journey has only just begun, but already you have shown great promise." Elion bowed his head, humbled by the Guardian's presence. "Thank you, Guardian. I am honored to be chosen. What must I do to fulfill my destiny?" The Guardian's light intensified, filling the clearing with a radiant glow. "You must continue to seek wisdom and strength. The bracelet will guide you, but it is your heart and mind that will determine your path. Remember that true power lies in unity and compassion." Elion felt a surge of determination. "I will honor the bracelet and its legacy. I will strive to be worthy of its power." The Guardian's light began to fade, but its voice lingered in the air. "Trust in yourself, Elion. Trust in the bond you share with the bracelet. Together, you will achieve greatness." As the Guardian vanished, Elion felt a profound sense of clarity and purpose. He turned to Lysara, who watched him with pride. "You have done well, Elion," she said, her eyes sparkling. "You are ready to leave the hidden grove and face the challenges ahead. Remember the lessons you have learned here and the strength you have gained." Elion embraced Lysara, gratitude swelling in his heart. "Thank you, Lysara, for everything. I will carry your teachings with me always." With a final look at the serene beauty of the grove, Elian and Seraphina began their journey back to Frosthaven. The path ahead was uncertain, but Elian felt a newfound confidence. The bracelet had not only given him powers, but had also connected him to a greater purpose. As they stepped out of the grove and into the sunlight, Elian knew that his adventures were just beginning. The world awaited, full of hidden realms and untold stories. And with the bracelet as his guide, he was ready to embrace his destiny. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the landscape as Elian and Seraphina made their way back to the castle. Elian's mind was abuzz with the lessons he had learned in the hidden grove. The words of the Guardian echoed in his thoughts, a reminder of the responsibility he now carried. As they approached the castle gates, a sense of anticipation filled Elian. He could feel the bracelet's energy humming with newfound intensity, ready to reveal its next secrets. That night, as the moon rose high above Frosthaven, Elian retreated to his chamber, eager to explore the bracelet's awakening powers. He sat by the window, the bracelet glimmering in the moonlight. Closing his eyes, Elian focused on the bracelet, letting its magic flow through him. A warm, tingling sensation spread from his wrist, coursing through his veins. He felt an expansion of his senses, as if he could touch the very fabric of the world around him. Suddenly, the room was filled with a soft, ethereal glow. Elian opened his eyes to find himself surrounded by a radiant light. The bracelet had transported him to a place between worlds, a realm of pure magic. Colors swirled and danced, and Elian felt a deep connection to everything around him. In this magical realm, Elian could see the threads of magic that wove through the universe. He reached out, and the threads responded to his touch, forming patterns and shapes. He realized that he could manipulate these threads, creating and altering reality itself. With the thought, Elian summoned a gentle breeze, feeling the air respond to his will. He raised his hand, and water from a nearby stream rose in graceful arcs, sparkling like diamonds in the moonlight. The elements obeyed his command, and Elian felt a sense of exhilaration and awe. But the bracelet's powers were not limited to the elements. Elian sensed a presence nearby and turned to see a deer standing at the edge of the clearing. Its eyes met his, and in that moment, Elian understood its thoughts and feelings. The bracelet had granted him the ability to communicate with animals, to understand and connect with the creatures of the world. As the night deepened, Elian continued to explore the bracelet's powers. He discovered that he could create protective barriers, forming shimmering shields of light around him. He learned to see glimpses of the future, brief visions that warned him of danger, or guided him toward a certain path. Elian practiced these abilities, growing more adept with each passing moment. The bracelet's magic felt like an extension of himself, a part of his very being. He understood now that the bracelet had chosen him not just for his potential, but for the qualities that defined him: his courage, his kindness, his desire to protect and serve. When the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, Elian returned to the waking world. The experience in the magical realm had left him feeling both exhilarated and humbled. He knew that the powers he had discovered were just the beginning. There was still much to learn and many challenges to face. As he stepped out onto the balcony, the morning air fresh and cool against his skin, Elian felt a renewed sense of purpose. He looked out over the kingdom of Frosthaven, the land he was destined to protect. With the bracelet's magic at his command, he felt ready to embrace his destiny. Seraphina joined him, her presence a comforting reminder of the bonds he cherished. "How do you feel, Elian?" she asked, her voice gentle. Elian smiled, the light of the new day reflecting in his eyes. "I feel awakened. The bracelet's powers are incredible, but they come with great responsibility. I must use them wisely for the good of Frosthaven and beyond." Seraphina nodded, her eyes filled with pride. "You will, Elian. I believe in you." With the bracelet's magic flowing through him and the support of those he loved, Elian felt ready to face whatever lay ahead. His journey had only just begun, and he knew that many adventures awaited him in the hidden realms. With the powers of the bracelet awakened, he was prepared to meet them with courage and wisdom. Chapter 2: The Hidden Realms. With the bracelet's powers now fully awakened, Prince Elian stood on the precipice of a new adventure. The ancient tome he had studied in the library spoke of hidden realms, places of magic and mystery that could only be reached through the portals created by the bracelet. Guided by a sense of destiny and the whispers of the bracelet itself, Elian prepared to take the next step on his journey. The castle grounds were bathed in the golden light of a late summer afternoon, as Elian made his way to a secluded courtyard. Seraphina walked beside him, her presence a comforting reminder of their enduring friendship. Together, they had faced many challenges, and now they would face the unknown. "Elian, are you sure about this?" Seraphina asked, her voice tinged with concern. "Opening a portal to another realm. It sounds dangerous." Elian smiled reassuringly. "I understand your worries, Seraphina, but I feel a deep connection to these realms, as if they are calling to me. I believe this is my path." Seraphina nodded, her trust in Elian unwavering. "Then let's do this together." They reached the courtyard, a serene space surrounded by ancient stone walls and shaded by towering trees. Elian took a deep breath, focusing on the bracelet. He felt its energy coursing through him, guiding his actions. Raising his hand, he began to chant the incantation he had learned from the ancient tome. The air around them shimmered with magic, and the ground beneath their feet trembled slightly. A swirling vortex of light and color began to form in the center of the courtyard, its edges crackling with energy. Elian and Seraphina watched in awe as the portal took shape, a gateway to another world. As the portal stabilized, Elian felt a surge of excitement and trepidation. He turned to Seraphina, who gave him a nod of encouragement. Together, they stepped into the portal, the world around them dissolving into a kaleidoscope of light and sound. They emerged into a realm unlike any they had ever seen. The sky was a deep indigo, streaked with vibrant hues of pink and purple, as if perpetually caught in the twilight hour. The landscape was ethereal, with towering crystalline structures that glowed with an inner light. Strange, luminescent flora carpeted the ground, and the air was filled with the soft hum of unseen energies. "This must be the land of eternal twilight," Elian said, his voice filled with wonder. "It's beautiful." Seraphina gazed around, her eyes wide with amazement. "It feels like a dream." As they ventured further into the realm, they encountered the twilight elves, the inhabitants of this mystical land. Tall and graceful, with skin that shimmered like stardust and eyes that glowed softly, the twilight elves exuded an aura of ancient wisdom and serene strength. The leader of the twilight elves, a regal figure named Lithera, approached Elian and Seraphina. Her presence was commanding, and her voice resonated with a melodic cadence. "Welcome, travelers. We have been awaiting your arrival." Elian bowed respectfully. "I am Prince Elian of Frosthaven, and this is Seraphina. We come in peace." Lithara's eyes softened with a mixture of relief and hope. "The bracelet has chosen you, Elian. We are in need of your help. Our realm is under threat from dark forces that seek to consume our light. Only someone with your powers can aid us." Elian felt a deep sense of purpose. "Tell us what we need to do. We will help in any way we can." Lithara led them to a grand hall made of shimmering crystal, where the elders of the Twilight Elves had gathered. They explained that a dark sorcerer had awakened an ancient evil, threatening to plunge the land of eternal twilight into darkness. The sorcerer's power stemmed from a hidden artifact buried deep within the Whispering Forest, a place of great magic and peril. As the gravity of their task settled upon them, Elian and Seraphina exchanged determined glances. They knew that their journey was just beginning, and the challenges ahead would test their strength and resolve. But with the bracelet's magic and their unwavering bond, they were ready to face whatever lay ahead. With the guidance of the Twilight Elves and the light of the bracelet leading the way, Elian and Seraphina set out towards the Whispering Forest. The portal had opened not just a gateway to another realm, but to a destiny intertwined with magic, courage, and the enduring hope of a brighter future. The land of eternal twilight cast an otherworldly glow over Elian and Seraphina as they ventured deeper into this mystical realm. The twilight hues of the sky never faded, creating a perpetual dusk that bathed everything in a soft magical light. As they walked, Elian felt the bracelet's energy resonating with the ambient magic of the realm, strengthening his resolve. The path to the Whispering Forest was not straightforward. Lithera, the leader of the Twilight Elves, had provided them with a map and guidance, but the journey was fraught with hidden dangers. Strange creatures with eyes that glowed like embers watched from the shadows, and the air was thick with the scent of ancient enchantments. Elian, do you think we're ready for this? Seraphina asked, her voice tinged with both awe and concern. This place feels so alive with magic. Elian nodded, his gaze steady. I believe we are, Seraphina. The bracelet chose us for a reason. We have to trust in our abilities and the bond we share. As they continued, they encountered pockets of beauty that took their breath away. Fields of luminescent flowers that sang softly in the breeze. Streams of liquid light that danced over the stones, and trees with leaves that shimmered like silver. Each step deeper into the realm revealed new wonders, a testament to the magic that infused the land. After several hours, they arrived at the edge of the Whispering Forest. The trees here were ancient, their trunks wide and gnarled, their branches weaving together to form a dense canopy. The forest exuded a sense of wisdom and mystery, and the whispers of the trees filled the air with a soft, melodic hum. This is it, Elian said, his voice hushed with reverence. The Whispering Forest. Seraphina took a deep breath, steeling herself for what lay ahead. Let's find that artifact and stop the dark sorcerer. The forest welcomed them with a chorus of whispers, the trees seeming to guide their steps. As they ventured deeper, the whispers grew louder, forming coherent words that spoke of trials and challenges. The path twisted and turned, leading them through a labyrinth of ancient roots and hidden glades. Suddenly, they came upon a clearing where a majestic tree stood at the center. Its bark was silver, and its leaves glowed with an inner light. This was no ordinary tree. It was the heart tree of the Whispering Forest, a source of immense power and wisdom. Elian approached the tree with reverence, placing a hand on its trunk. The bracelet pulsed with energy, and the whispers of the forest grew louder, converging into a single voice. Prince Elian, you have come seeking the artifact that can defeat the dark sorcerer, the voice intoned. To obtain it, you must prove your worth by facing the trials of the forest. Elian nodded, his heart pounding with determination. I am ready. The ground beneath them trembled, and a hidden door opened at the base of the heart tree. Seraphina and Elian exchanged a determined glance and descended into the darkness below. The air grew cooler, and the light from the tree above dimmed as they ventured further into the underground chamber. They emerged into a cavern filled with glowing crystals that illuminated the space with a soft, ethereal light. In the center of the cavern lay a pedestal, upon which rested the artifact they sought, a crystalline orb that pulsed with dark energy. "Be cautious, Elian," Seraphina warned, her eyes scanning the cavern for any signs of danger. Elian approached the pedestal, his hand reaching for the orb. As his fingers closed around it, a shadowy figure materialized before them, the dark sorcerer himself. His eyes glowed with malice, and his presence filled the cavern with a suffocating darkness. "You think you can take what is mine?" the sorcerer hissed, his voice echoing through the cavern. "This realm will be plunged into darkness, and you cannot stop me." Elian stood his ground, the bracelet's light flaring brightly in response to the sorcerer's threat. "I will not let you destroy this realm," he declared, his voice steady and resolute. "The magic of the bracelet will protect the land of eternal twilight." With a roar of fury, the sorcerer attacked, dark tendrils of magic lashing out towards Elian. But the bracelet's power surged, creating a barrier of light that deflected the sorcerer's attacks. Elian channeled the bracelet's energy, focusing on the artifact in his hand. The orb glowed brighter, its dark energy transforming into a brilliant light. Seraphina joined Elion, her own magic bolstering the barrier. Together, they stood against the sorcerer, their combined strength pushing back the darkness. The sorcerer's form began to waver, his power weakening under the onslaught of their united magic. With a final desperate cry, the sorcerer vanished, his dark presence dissipating into the air. The cavern fell silent, and the orb in Elian's hand pulsed with a gentle, soothing light. "We did it," Seraphina said, relief flooding her voice. "The land of eternal twilight is safe." Elian nodded, his heart swelling with gratitude and pride. "Yes, thanks to the bracelet and our bond, this realm will remain a place of magic and beauty." As they ascended back to the surface, the heart tree greeted them with a gentle hum, its leaves rustling in approval. The whispers of the forest sang a song of victory and hope, a testament to the courage and strength of Elian and Seraphina. With the artifact secured and the dark sorcerer defeated, Elian and Seraphina knew their journey in the land of eternal twilight was far from over. There were still many wonders to explore, and new adventures awaited them in the hidden realms. The heart tree's gentle hum lingered in the air as Elian and Seraphina emerged from the cavern, the artifact secure in Elian's grasp. The forest welcomed them back with rustling leaves and a soft, melodic whisper that guided their steps. As they made their way through the whispering forest, the shadows of their recent battle with the dark sorcerer seemed to fade, replaced by a sense of peace and renewal. They had barely walked a mile when they encountered a group of twilight elves who had been sent by Lithera. The leader of the group, a tall elf with silver hair and eyes like liquid starlight, approached them with a look of admiration and gratitude. "Prince Elian, Seraphina," the elf said, bowing deeply. "Lithera sent us to assist you. We felt the tremors of the sorcerer's defeat. The heart tree sings of your victory. Elian inclined his head, humility evident in his posture. Thank you. The sorcerer has been vanquished, but we must ensure the safety of the artifact. It holds immense power. The elf nodded. Lithara has prepared a sanctuary for the artifact. We will guide you there. As they followed the elves through the forest, Elian and Seraphina marveled at the ethereal beauty around them. The forest seemed to glow with renewed life, the trees whispering secrets and blessings. They reached a secluded glade where Lithara awaited them, her serene presence radiating calm and wisdom. Welcome back, Elian, Seraphina, Lithara greeted them, her eyes shining with pride. You have done a great service to our realm. The artifact will be safe here, protected by the magic of the heart tree and the guardians of the forest. Elian stepped forward, holding the orb with reverence. We trust it to your care, Lithara. It is a powerful object, and it must be guarded vigilantly. Lithara placed a hand over the orb, her touch imbuing it with a gentle, protective glow. Rest assured, it will be safeguarded. You have proven yourselves as true allies of the Twilight Elves. The bracelet chose wisely. With the artifact secured, Elian and Seraphina took a moment to reflect on their journey. The whispering forest, with its ancient magic and timeless beauty, had become a place of growth and discovery for them. They knew their bond had deepened, and their understanding of the bracelet's power had grown. We should return to the castle, Seraphina said, a hint of longing in her voice. There is still much to do, and many realms to explore. Elian agreed, but before they could leave, Lithara approached them with a small, intricately carved wooden box. This is a gift for you, Elian, she said, presenting the box. Inside is a token of our gratitude, a symbol of the bond between our people. Elian accepted the box with a grateful smile. Thank you, Lithara. We will cherish it always. As they made their way back to the portal, Elian opened the box to find a delicate pendant shaped like a leaf, crafted from a shimmering, iridescent material. It pulsed with a soft light, a testament to the magic of the Twilight Elves. With the pendant around his neck, Elian and Seraphina stepped through the portal, the familiar swirling light enveloping them. They emerged back in Frosthaven, the castle grounds bathed in the warm glow of a setting sun. The journey had been arduous, but the knowledge and power they had gained were invaluable. Elian, Seraphina said, her voice filled with a mixture of exhaustion and triumph. We did it. We protected the land of eternal twilight. Elian nodded, his heart swelling with pride. Yes, and we're ready for whatever comes next. The bracelet has shown us that our destiny is intertwined with the magic of these realms. As night fell over Frosthaven, Elian and Seraphina knew that their adventures were far from over. The hidden realms awaited them, each with its own mysteries and challenges. With the bracelet's magic as their guide and the strength of their bond, they were prepared to face whatever lay ahead. Back in Frosthaven, Elian and Seraphina barely had time to rest before the bracelet pulsed with new energy, urging them onward. Elian could feel the pull of another hidden realm, one that lay deep beneath the earth. The next morning, they gathered their supplies and set out on their next adventure, following the bracelet's guidance. Their journey led them to the edge of the kingdom, where jagged mountains rose against the sky. The bracelet's glow intensified as they approached a narrow rocky pass that wound its way into the heart of the mountains. With determination, they began their ascent, the path growing steeper and more treacherous with each step. After hours of climbing, they reached a hidden entrance, a cave mouth partially obscured by a waterfall. The bracelet shimmered brightly, confirming that this was their destination. Elian and Seraphina exchanged a determined glance before stepping into the darkness beyond. The cave was vast and echoing, its walls glistening with moisture. They moved cautiously, their footsteps echoing in the silence. As they ventured deeper, the darkness began to recede, replaced by a soft, ethereal glow. Crystals of every size and color jutted from the walls and ceiling, casting a kaleidoscope of light that illuminated their path. "This place is incredible," Seraphina whispered, awe in her voice. "I've never seen anything like it." Elian nodded, his eyes wide with wonder. "It's like a hidden world within the mountains. The bracelet has led us to the crystal cavern." As they continued to explore, they discovered a series of tunnels branching off from the main chamber. The bracelet pulsed more insistently, guiding them towards a specific tunnel. They followed its lead, the air growing cooler and the crystals becoming larger and more vibrant. Finally, they emerged into a cavern unlike any other. The walls were lined with massive, shimmering crystals that cast a brilliant light, illuminating a central pool of clear, still water. The surface of the pool mirrored the crystals above, creating an almost hypnotic effect. At the far end of the cavern stood a figure cloaked in shadows, watching them with piercing eyes. Elian felt a chill run down his spine as the figure stepped forward, revealing itself to be a tall, imposing man with a crown of dark crystals. "Welcome, travelers," the man said, his voice deep and resonant. "I am Lord Arian, the guardian of the crystal cavern. Why have you come to this sacred place?" Elian stepped forward, his hand resting on the bracelet. "We seek to protect the realms from the forces of darkness. The bracelet has led us here, and we believe there is something in this cavern that can help us." Lord Arian regarded them with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. The bracelet of Valerian, a powerful artifact indeed. But power alone is not enough. To earn the aid of the crystal cavern, you must prove your worth. Elian nodded, understanding the challenge before them. "We are ready." Arion raised his hand, and the crystals around the cavern began to hum with energy. Very well. You must face the trial of light. Only those who possess true courage and purity of heart can succeed. The cavern transformed, the light from the crystals intensifying until it was almost blinding. Elion and Seraphina found themselves standing in a circle of light, surrounded by shifting shadows that seemed to come alive. The shadows moved with purpose, testing their resolve and pushing them to their limits. Elion focused on the bracelet, drawing strength from its magic. He summoned a barrier of light, shielding himself and Seraphina from the shadows. The light grew brighter, driving the shadows back, but they persisted, relentless in their assault. Seraphina joined Elion, her own magic intertwining with his. Together, they pushed back the shadows, their combined strength creating a beacon of light that filled the cavern. The shadows dissipated, retreating into the darkness, and the crystals pulsed with approval. Lord Arion stepped forward, his expression one of respect and admiration. You have proven yourselves worthy. The crystal cavern will aid you in your quest. With a wave of his hand, a crystal shard detached from the cavern wall and floated towards Elion. It glowed with a brilliant light, resonating with the energy of the bracelet. Elion accepted the shard, feeling its power merge with the bracelet's magic. Use this wisely, Arion said. The light of the crystal cavern will guide you through the darkest of times. Elion bowed deeply. Thank you, Lord Arion. We will not fail. As they left the cavern, the crystal shard glowing softly in Elion's hand, they felt a renewed sense of purpose. The hidden realms held many secrets, but with the bracelet's magic and the strength of their bond, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With the crystal shard securely in Elion's possession, he and Seraphina made their way back to Frosthaven. The journey through the mountains was arduous, but their spirits were high. The shard's radiant light seemed to guide their steps, filling them with hope and determination. Upon their return, Elion immediately felt the bracelet tugging at his senses, directing his attention skyward. He knew their next destination, the Celestial City, a fabled place said to float among the stars, home to beings of immense wisdom and power. The night of their departure was clear and still. Elion and Seraphina stood in the castle courtyard, the bracelet glowing with an otherworldly light. Elion raised his hand, focusing on the energies within the bracelet and the crystal shard. Slowly, a portal began to form, shimmering with the colors of the night sky. With a nod to Seraphina, Elion stepped through the portal, and she followed close behind. They emerged onto a bridge of light that stretched across a vast expanse of stars. The Celestial City lay ahead, its towers and spires gleaming like diamonds against the black velvet of space. This is incredible, Seraphina whispered, her voice filled with awe. Ilian nodded, equally entranced. We must find the rulers of this city. They will have the knowledge we need. As they walked, the air around them hummed with celestial energy, and the stars seemed to sing a soft, melodic chorus. The city's inhabitants, beings of light and grace, watched them with curiosity and kindness. Ilian felt a profound sense of peace and purpose in this place. At the heart of the city, they reached a grand hall where the Council of the Stars awaited them. The council members were radiant beings, their forms shimmering like constellations. The leader, a figure of immense presence, stepped forward. "Welcome, travelers," the leader said, his voice resonant and soothing. "I am Orion, head of the Council of the Stars. What brings you to our celestial home?" Ilian bowed respectfully. "I am Prince Ilian of Frosthaven, and this is Seraphina. We seek your wisdom and aid. We are on a quest to protect our realm from dark forces, guided by the Bracelet of Ilarion." Orion's eyes sparkled with recognition. "The Bracelet of Ilarion is a powerful artifact. You have already proven your worth by reaching our city. What do you seek from us?" Ilian stepped forward, holding up the crystal shard. "We have gathered this shard from the crystal cavern, but we need to understand its full potential. We believe your wisdom can help us harness its power." Orion nodded, extending a hand towards the shard. It floated gently from Ilian's grasp, hovering between them as Orion examined it. The council members joined hands, forming a circle of light around the shard. "The shard is a key, a conduit for the bracelet's magic," Orion explained. "To unlock its full potential, you must merge its light with the energies of the celestial city. This will create a beacon strong enough to repel any darkness." Ilian and Seraphina watched as the council channeled their energy into the shard. It began to glow brighter, radiating a light so pure and intense that it filled the hall with warmth. The shard then returned to Ilian's hand, its power now magnified. "Use this wisely, Prince Ilian," Orion said. "The light of the stars is now with you. It will guide you and protect you in your darkest moments." Ilian bowed deeply, gratitude swelling in his heart. "Thank you, Orion. Your wisdom is invaluable. We will honor this gift." As they prepared to leave the celestial city, Orion gave them one final piece of advice. "Remember, Ilian, the true strength of the bracelet lies not just in its magic, but in the unity and courage of those who wield it. Trust in your bond with Seraphina, and you will overcome any challenge." With the light of the celestial city guiding them, Ilian and Seraphina stepped back through the portal, returning to Frosthaven. The city's wisdom and the shard's amplified power filled them with renewed confidence. They knew that their journey was nearing its climax, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The journey back to Frosthaven was filled with a sense of anticipation. Ilian and Seraphina felt the weight of their mission more acutely than ever. With the power of the crystal shard, amplified by the wisdom of the celestial city, they were prepared for the final challenges that awaited them. The portal deposited them back in the familiar surroundings of Frosthaven's castle courtyard. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a golden light over the land. They stood silently for a moment, absorbing the tranquility of their home before the inevitable storm. As they made their way through the castle, they were met with expressions of relief and joy. The people of Frosthaven had been anxiously awaiting their return, and the news of their success spread quickly. Elian and Seraphina felt the support of their kingdom bolstering their spirits. In the grand hall, King Alden and Queen Alicia awaited them. The regal figures of Elian's parents stood tall and proud, their eyes filled with both worry and hope. Elian approached them, the crystal shard glowing softly in his hand. "Mother, father," Elian began, bowing respectfully. "We have returned with the power needed to protect our realm. The dark forces threatening us will be vanquished." King Alden stepped forward, placing a hand on Elian's shoulder. "We never doubted your strength and courage, my son. You have made us proud." Queen Alicia's eyes glistened with unshed tears. "The kingdom is safe because of you and Seraphina. The people of Frosthaven owe you a great debt." Elian and Seraphina shared a glance, their bond strengthened by the trials they had faced together. "We did this for Frosthaven, and for each other," Seraphina said, her voice firm and resolute. Suddenly, the bracelet pulsed with urgency, and Elian felt a dark presence approaching. The air grew cold, and a shadow fell over the castle. The dark sorcerer, thought to be vanquished, had returned, more powerful and vengeful than before. A deep, resonant voice echoed through the hall. "You think you can defeat me so easily? The darkness is eternal, and it will consume you all." Elian and Seraphina turned to face the sorcerer, their expressions determined. The bracelet glowed brightly, and the crystal shard pulsed in response, filling them with light and strength. Elian stepped forward, his voice unwavering. "We defeated you once, and we will do so again. The light of Frosthaven will not falter." The sorcerer laughed, a chilling sound that reverberated through the hall. "Your light is no match for my power." Without hesitation, Elian and Seraphina combined their energies, the bracelet and the shard resonating with their united will. A beam of pure light erupted from the shard, clashing with the sorcerer's dark magic. The two forces battled fiercely, the hall filled with a blinding brilliance. Elian focused all his strength on the bracelet, drawing upon the lessons and powers he had gained from the hidden realms. He felt the support of the Twilight Elves, the wisdom of the Celestial City, and the magic of the Crystal Cavern. The light grew stronger, pushing back the darkness inch by inch. Seraphina stood by his side, her magic intertwining with his, their bond unbreakable. Together, They channeled the full power of the bracelet and the shard, creating a radiant shield that enveloped them and pushed the sorcerer back. With a final desperate cry, the sorcerer's dark form began to dissolve, his power disintegrating under the onslaught of their combined light. The darkness faded, replaced by a serene golden glow. The sorcerer was no more. The hall was silent, the air shimmering with the remnants of their magic. Elian and Seraphina stood victorious, their hearts filled with relief and triumph. The people of Frosthaven erupted in cheers, their joy and gratitude palpable. King Alden and Queen Alicia approached, their faces alight with pride. "You have saved us all," King Alden said, his voice choked with emotion. "Frosthaven will forever be in your debt." Elian bowed his head, humility and gratitude in his heart. "We did what needed to be done. The light of Frosthaven will always shine." As the celebrations began, Elian and Seraphina took a moment to step outside, the night sky above them filled with stars. They stood in silence, the weight of their journey settling into a peaceful acceptance. "We did it," Seraphina said softly, her hand finding Elian's. "We protected our home." Elian squeezed her hand, a smile spreading across his face. "Yes, we did. And whatever challenges come next, we'll face them together." With the bracelet's magic still glowing warmly on his wrist, and the stars shining brightly above, Elian knew that their adventures were far from over. But for now, they could rest, knowing that they had fulfilled their destiny and brought peace to Frosthaven.